Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to EOSN, and for this special game, as you saw in the description, if you read it, we're going to just kind of, before we get started with this game between Oakland and Minnesota, we're going to recap what we've decided to do with the with these projects. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show you the website and the bracket and kind of get it on. So real quick, I've been watching the World Cup for a little this month, like probably most of the world has, and I've really been fascinated with the way they do it with like a random draw with groups and then the top whatever advancing. I did this to test to see if it work out with baseball and football and stuff like that, and remarkably it does. So here's what we've done. We've separated we have all of the AL teams in a pool, all of the NL teams in a pool. There's Group A through C, by virtue of the Twins winning the World Series last year, is going to be all American League teams. And groups D through F are all National League teams since they lost the World Series last year. And what will happen is the top two teams in each group will advance, with the #1 team overall in the AL and the NL, and basically AL and NL rankings determined by record. If not, there is a tiebreaker set where there's a head-to-head tiebreaker. If we need to go to point differential or something like that, we can do that as well. So let's go ahead and go through the groups. In Group A, we have the Tampa Bay Rays. By the way, all of this was done complete randomization. I even have an app with a little bingo cage on it, kind of similar to how the World Cup does it, drawing golf balls or ping pong balls or whatever. So the Tampa Bay Rays in Group 1, Minnesota Twins, Group A as well, Houston Astros, New York Yankees, Oakland Athletics. Match schedule goes as follows. We'll have Minnesota Twins and Oakland Athletics playing first. Then we will have the first two, basically the first two will complete round 1 of Group A, then move to Group B, and so on and so forth. So in Group B, we have the Angels, the White Sox, the Orioles, the Royals, and the Red Sox. My professional opinion, quote unquote, I see the Astros and the Yankees advancing out of this group. In Group B, I think it's going to be the Red Sox and we'll say the Royals. But either way, that should be a pretty easy group for the Red Sox. Our Red Sox fan, if you're out there, you'll probably enjoy that. Group C, the final group, we have the Cleveland Indians, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Detroit Tigers, the Seattle Mariners, and the Texas Rangers. I think it's going to be Cleveland and Texas advancing out of that group. Now we go to the National League. In Group D, we have the Cincinnati Reds, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Washington Nationals, and the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. That is a death group as far as I'm concerned. With any one of these three could advance. I think in the end, it will be my heart and my head are conflicted. Of course, my heart says Arizona will make it out no problem. But I got to go with, screw it. I'm going to go Chicago and Arizona get out of that group. The Nationals don't advance to the postseason for the first time since we've got this thing started. In Group E, it's the Rockies, the Braves, the Brewers, the Giants, and the Cardinals. I think it's going to be the Rockies and the Cardinals advancing out of that group. And Group F, we have the Padres, Pirates, Mets, Dodgers, and Marlins. I think it's going to be an easy group win for the Dodgers. The Pirates will be the other group advancing out of that. So let's go ahead and get started with Game 1 of this new format. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Also, I like the fact that there is a regular season aspect built into it. It just doesn't take forever. It'll be Minnesota, the reigning world champions, opening it up against Oakland. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this one started. Starting pitcher for today's game. Whoops. That's a technical foul. What the what? There we go. Sorry about that. Starting pitcher for today's game for the homestanding Athletics, we have Santana, or the Sean Manaea. Last year, he was 12-10, 4.37 ERA, 158 2/3 innings pitched, 167 hits, 140 strikeouts, and 54 walks. Defensive alignment for the homestanding A's. In left field, we have we have Chris Davis. Center field, we have Matt Joyce. Right field, we have Chad Pinder. Infield features Matt Chapman. Jed Lowry at second base. Yonder Alonso at third with, where are you? There you are. Marcus Semien playing short. Battery featuring Bryce Maxwell catching for Sean Manaea. Batting lineup for the visiting and defending world champion Minnesota Twins goes as follows. It's Byron Buxton, the center fielder, then Joe Mauer, the first baseman. Eddie Rosario, Miguel Sano, the third baseman, who did not play in the World Series because he was injured. Eddie Rosario, the left fielder, will bat cleanup. Brian Dozier, fifth. Robbie Grossman, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Max Kepler, seventh. Jorge Polanco, eighth. And Jason Castro, the catcher, will bat ninth. Leading off for the Minnesota Twins will be Byron Buxton. Last year, he bat .253, 51 RBIs, 16 homers. And we are underway as Manaea delivers. And that one's going to be called a strike, and it's 2-2. Next delivery to Byron Buxton. Pops this one high. Second baseman Jed Lowry camped out under it and makes the grab for the first out. Here's Joe Mauer. Mauer, 305 average on 71 RBIs and 7 home runs last season. As Manaea takes a deep breath and gets ready to face him in this opening game of the season. That's going to be called a strike in the count. 1-2. Next pitch to Mauer. This one, ground ball hit at Lowry. Lowry flips it over to Alonso, and that's an easy out, number 2. So here comes Miguel Sano, one of the power hitters on this team. Last year, 264 average is 77 RBIs and 28 home runs. Runner up in the home run derby. Pitch to Sano. And it's going to be an error check on the throw. We'll see what happens where he hits it. This one, ground ball over to Alonso. Alonso does not commit an error, and it's going to be an easy out, number 3. So we go to the bottom of the first on no runs, no hits, no errors. Twins put up nothing. It's time for the Athletics to stretch their offensive muscle. Do it for the Athletics will be Marcus Semien, Jed Lowry, and Yonder Alonso. The rest of their batting order goes as follows. Chris Davis, the left fielder, will bat cleanup. Matt Joyce, the center fielder, bats 5th. Matt Chapman, the third baseman, bats 6th. Chad Pinder, the right fielder, will bat 7th. Ryan Healy, the designated hitter, 8th. And Bruce Maxwell, the catcher, will bat 9th. Defensive alignment for the Twins. Byron Buxton over at center field. Eddie Rosario in left. Max Kepler in right. Miguel Sano in third baseman. Brian Dozier at second base. Joe Mauer at first. Jorge Polanco at shortstop. And a battery featuring Jason Castro catching Irvin Santana. Santana last year went 16-8, 3.28 ERA. 211 and a third innings pitched, 177 hits, 167 strikeouts, and only 59 walks. Leading off for the Athletics will be Marcus Semien. Semien bat .249 with 40 homers and 10 RBIs. We'll see what he does here as the first batter for Oakland in 2018. First pitch, and he wanted the walk instead. It's going to be a called strike, and it's 3-2. Pitch to Semien. This one, ground ball hit right to Sano. Sano, long throw to Maurer, makes it for out number 1. Here's Jed Lowry. Lowry last year batted .277 on 86 hits, 69 RBIs, and 14 homers. Lowry, a longtime player in the league, as Santana takes a breath to face him. And he wanted the walk as well, but they're going to call it ball 2. So it's a full count to Jed Lowry. The pitch. And he gets him to strike out. Reason why is because Santana has a special K range of 1 to 3. If it comes up on anything but a given up hit or anything like that, and it's a 1 through 3, then it's an automatic strikeout because he's got a lot of strikeouts in him. Here comes Yonder Alonso. Alonso, .266 average on 67 RBIs and 28 home runs for the number 3 hitter on this athletic squad. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and down goes Alonso. So we go to the second, no score. Rosario, Dozier, and Grossman due up for the Twins. Whether you're watching us live or on demand, give us a like and a subscribe. We try to do these as much as we can. And our break is over, so we will be back on a consistent basis. Here comes Eddie Rosario. Rosario, .290 average on 78 RBIs and 27 homers for the cleanup hitter for the Twins. And the pitch. This one's going to be a range play. Who we testing, boys? This one, fly ball into center field. Joyce doesn't have what he needs to chase it down. It drops. Rosario rounds first, heads for second into a stand-up double. Here's Brian Dozier. Dozier, last year, .271 average, 93 RBIs, and 34 homers. Pitch to Dozier. And it hits him. So now, here comes Robbie Grossman. Grossman, .246 average, 45 RBIs, and 9 homers. And there goes Rosario on the steal. Rosario steals third. And we got runners on the corners. Pitch by Manaea to Grossman. Swing and a miss, and down goes Grossman, and that's the first strikeout. Here's Max Kepler. Kepler, .243 average, 69 RBIs, and 19 homers. He could get RBI number 1 of the season right here. The pitch. Air check if it's on the ground. And this one. Fly ball into left field. Davis makes the catch. Rosario tags up and scores. So Kepler gets the sac fly, and it's 1-0 Minnesota. Here's Jorge Polanco. Keep in mind, there's 4 teams in each group, so each team will play 4 games. Pitch to Manaea to Polanco. Polanco, checking his stats real fast, .256 average, 74 RBIs, and 13 homers, as that's going to be called a ball, and it's 1-2 to Polanco. This one popped up high. Lowry camped out under it, makes the grab, but the damage is done. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors. It's 1-0 Twins. Davis, Joyce, and Chapman due up for Oakland when we return. Well, the Athletics already find themselves in a bit of a hole. Going to try to clear it out, as Irvin Santana will face Chris Davis, the cleanup hitter. .247 average, 43 homers, and 110 RBIs. See what happens here. And that one's fouled off, so a strike called on Davis. And that one's going to be a walk. Not even close. as Chris Davis, the tying run is on. Here comes Matt Joyce. 243 average, 68 RBIs, and 25 homers last season. As Santana kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, and down goes Joyce. Here comes Matt Chapman. Chapman, 234 average, 40 RBIs on 14 dingers. Here comes the pitch. This one, deep fly ball into left field. Back to the wall it goes, going, and it is foul. Misses it by about 8 feet. So here comes pitch by Chapman. Or to Chapman. 1-2 count. Fly ball into left field. Rosario camped out under it, makes the grab, and that's going to be out number 2. Here comes Champ Pinder. Pinder, 238 average, 42 RBIs on 15 homers last year. The runner on first is Chris Davis, the pitch. And that's going to be called a ball, and it's 1-1. Next delivery. This one lines right at Blanco, who makes the grab for out number 3. So we go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Minnesota. The leading Twins have Castro, Buxton, and Mauer due up. Castro will be the final batter in the lineup for the Twins. Last year he went 242, 47 RBIs, and 10 homers. On deck is Byron Buxton with Joe Mauer in the hole. Pitch to Castro by Manaea. He wanted the strike, but it's going to be a called ball, and it's now 2-1. Pitch to Castro. This one, ground ball hit at Chapman. Chapman flips it over to Alonso for a pretty easy out number 1. Here's Byron Buxton. He's 0 for 1 today. As he waits for the pitch from Manaea. Called strike 3, and down goes Buxton. And now here comes Joey Mauer. He's 0 for 1 as well. Pitch by Manaea with 2 down. Range play at the ballpark. What does Mauer do? This one. Fly ball into right field. Back goes Pinder. It is gone. Or no. Pinder jumps at the wall to rob him. Chad Pinder, the right fielder, robs Joey Mauer of a homer. And now here comes the Athletics. No runs, no hits, no errors. Healy Maxwell due up for the Athletics. It's 1-0 Minnesota. Just to let you guys know, the way the game engine, I made one change to the game engine, and it doesn't show up in the stats, which is unfortunate. But according to the game engine, if you fail a range play check, a range play stadium check, and it is a home run result, it actually is a double, not a homer. So what I do is I just advance him all the way around, because in my eyes, that is a homer. That should be a homer. So had that happen, had he failed that, it would have been a home run for Mauer. But they said it would only be a double, and I'd just advance him manually. So 1-0 Minnesota. As the Athletics will now put on their defense. Or sorry, the Athletics will put on their offense. My apologies. And here comes Ryan Healy. Healy, the number 8 man. 271 average, 78 RBIs, and 25 homers. So See what the designated hitter can do, and they need something from someone. This one, range play. Who we testing, boys? This one lined right at Polanco. Polanco makes the dive, makes the grab. Jorge Polanco showing exactly why that Minnesota Twins team won the World Series last year. 7 games against the 2-time defending National League champion Washington Nationals. Here comes Bryce Maxwell, the final batter on this lineup. He was .237 average, 22 RBIs, and only 3 home runs. The pitch, this one's going to the ballpark. Maxwell. Fly ball into deep left field. Rosario back to the track. Makes the grab for out number 2. All right, here comes Marcus Semien. He's 0 for 1. And Ervin Santana is having quite the game so far as he's gotten through the lineup the first time unscathed. And the pitch. It's going to be called a ball, and it's now 2-2. Pitch to Marcus Semien. Semien, fly ball in the shallow left field. Rosario can't get to it. And that's the first hit by Oakland. Here comes Jed Lowry, who's 0 for 1, striking out the first time. The delivery. This one, deep fly ball into right field, but it's rolling foul. So now Lowry will set again. This one, fly ball to right field. This time it's going to stay fair. Kepler makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. So we're off and headed to the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no error. Sano, Rosario, and Dozier due up for the Twins. It's 1-0 Minnesota. Welcome back to the opening game here for the 2018 baseball season. A pitcher's duel we got going on so far. Each pitcher allowing combined 2 hits. Here comes Miguel Sano. He's 0 for 1. Has yet to open up his account this season. And the pitch. This one hit well. It's going to be a ballpark card. Hit well into center field, and that's going to be into center, picked up by Joyce Sano, rounding second, throw to second. He got him! What a throw by Matt Joyce to gun out Miguel Sano at second. And now here comes Eddie Rosario. 1 for 1 with a double, and he was the run scored on the Max Kepler sac fly. As Manaea kicks and fires. And it's going to be called a ball, and it's 2-1. Pitch to Rosario. This one, fly ball into left field. Davis camped out under it, makes the grab. That's out number 2. Here's Brian Dozier. 0 for the season so far, but he's only had 1 at-bat in the young infant season. The pitch. And that's going to be called a strike. And it's 31. Pitch to Dozier. This one, ground ball hit right at Chapman. Chapman fires it over to Alonso. Out number 3 is in the bag. And we are headed to the bottom of the 4th. 1 run, or no runs on 1 hit, no errors. Alonzo Davis and Joyce due up for the Athletics. It's 1-0 Minnesota. All right, here comes Yonder Alonso. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far in this one. And Santana trying to get going here, and he's done a great job so far. Through 3 innings of work, only allowing 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. The pitch. Swing and a miss in there, strikeout number 4. Here comes Chris Davis, who's 0 for as he was walked the first time around. Only walk allowed by Santana. The pitch. And he wanted the strike. It could have gone either way, but it's going to be called a ball, and it's 1-2. Here comes the pitch to Davis. This one, fly ball into shallow center field. Buxton's a great outfielder, but he can't get to that one, and Chris Davis is on. Oh, that should have been a strikeout. So to only be fair, I messed up there, so it's only fair. We're going to undo it or redo it again. So Chris Davis will now go back. So he's called back. And the pitch, 4-2. Here we go, range play. Keep an eye on the special K rating. And he strikes him out. So you've got to keep an eye on these when they have these special K ratings. 2, 3. And called strike 3. Matt Joyce goes down. So he strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-0 Minnesota. They'll have Grossman, Kepler, and Polanco due up for them in the top of the 5th. Here comes Grossman. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. No special K rating, so we don't have to worry about that for Manaea. And this one's going to be an air check on the throw. This one, fly ball into right field. This one will be caught by Pinder, who's already flashed some leather tonight, robbing Joe Mauer of a homer back in the 2nd. Here comes Kepler. He's 0-4, but he has the RBI in the sack. This is going to be a ballpark check. This one, fly ball, and it's a rare play. I'll read it to you. Shortstop goes into hold to make the play, and Hurts arm on throw. Resolve play as a G6 range play. Check injury after range play. So, ground ball to Semien. Semien can't get there, and Kepler's going to get on. And Semien is hurt, and he will only miss the rest of the game, so we don't need to put him into the book for the injury. So Semien is injured, and they're going to have to bring in someone else. Adam Rosales is going to come in for Semien, Marcus Semien. So Rosales now at shortstop. Rosales and Semien, identical really on defensive skill. Maybe just a higher error rate on Rosales. So not a bad change there made by the Oakland manager. Pitch by Manaea. And that one's going to be a single past Manaea. Kepler gets the second and a hold. Here comes Jason Castro, 0 for 1. As Manaea is about to make it through the second time through this lineup. The pitch. Wanted the strike. Instead, it's going to be called a ball. And Kepler, or not Manaea is not happy with that one. Pitch to Castro. This one, ground ball to Rosales. Rosales is not going to get the double play. Kepler gets to third. And Rosales just flips it over to Lowry to get the force out at second. And Castro get on at first. Here comes Byron Buxton. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. But Kepler, 90 feet away with 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss it. Down goes Buxton. Great clutch pitching by Manaea to get out of that inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. Chapman, Pinder, and Healy due up for the A's. It's 1-0 Minnesota going into the bottom of the 5th. Santana getting ready to go into inning of work number 5. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and down goes Chapman. 7 strikeouts for Irvin Santana here in the opening day start. And since each team is carrying a 4-man rotation in the regular season, or throughout the season, strikeouts are going to come huge when it comes to determining the Cy Young Award winner. Pitch by Aaron Santana to Pinder. Swing and a miss, and down goes Pinder. Strikeout number 8. He has thrown 5 consecutive strikeouts. Can he make it 6 against Ryan Healy? He's 0 for 1. The pitch. And that's going to be called a ball. This one popped up high. Polanco makes the grab. The strikeout streak ends, but the hot streak from Santana keeps rolling. It's top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Maurer, Sano, and Rosario do it for the Twins. It's 1-0 Minnesota in the top of the 6th. Here comes Joey Maurer, robbed of a home run in his last at-bat by Pinder over in right. Pitch by Manaea. And another range play. Maurer is going to open up his account. This one, fly ball at Rosales. Makes a beautiful dive to make the ground. Kicks it over to Alonso for out number 1. Here's Miguel Sano. 1 for 2. Pitch by Manaea. It's going to be at the ballpark. Sano. Ground ball to Lowry. Lowry kicks it over to Alonso for an easy out number 2. Here's Eddie Rosario, who's 1 for 2 with the double and the 1 run scored in this game. Pitch by Manaea. And that's going to be called a strike. So it's now 2-1. Pitch to Rosario. This one, ground ball hit at first along the first base line. Alonso can't get it, and that's going to be a base hit for Eddie Rosario. Excellently placed hit by Eddie Rosario as Brian Dozier will come up. Top of the 6th. 2 down, 1 on. Lefty versus righty, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and down goes Dozier, and we're off to the bottom of the 6th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. Maxwell Rosales due up for the Athletics. It's 1-0 Minnesota. Irvin Santana ready to do inning number 6. And he has thrown a gem, ladies and gentlemen. 1 hit allowed in 5 innings pitched. 1 walk and 8 strikeouts. Santana will now face Maxwell, who's 0 for 1. And this one fouled off into the left field stands. 3-1 count, the pitch. This one, ground ball to Dozier. Dozier to Maurer for out number 1. Here's Adam Rosales. He's 0 for. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul. So we'll go again. This one, fly ball into right field. Kepler makes the grab for an easy out number 2. Here's Jed Lowry, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And the pitch. And this one fouled off into the right field stands again as he pitches to Lowry. This one, fly ball into right field. Kepler is there to make the grab, and we're off to the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Grossman, Kepler, and Polanco do up for the Twins. It's 1-0 Minnesota. Three outs away from stretch time as Robbie Grossman will face Manaea, who looks a little exhausted, so they'll keep an eye on him. And the pitch. Air check on the ground. This one, ground ball hit at Rosales. Rosales and throws it over Alonso's head. And Grossman will get to second.
Everybody clap your hands.
So here's Max Kepler. 1 for 1 with an RBI. Good game from him so far. Pitch by Manaea. Swing and a miss, and down goes Kepler. Here comes Jorge Polanco. And the pitch. Going to be called a strike, and it's 1-2. Pitch to Polanco. This one, ground ball hit at Rosales. Grossman, Rosales just gets it over to third to get the force out of Grossman. No, wait. That's not a double play, is it? Nope, my bad. We did that wrong. It should have been an out at first, and he holds it second. Okay, so it was, we'll just say that. And then we'll say ground ball 6. Out at first. So that's what happened. All right, 2 down, runner at second. Here's Jason Castro. And the pitch. Nearly walked him. But umpire says no, strike 2, and it's a full count. This one, fly ball into shallow right field. It is down. Rounding third is Grossman. Grossman's going to score, and it's 2-0, and that's going to do it for Sean Manaea. New pitcher coming in for the Athletics. And it is Frankie Montas. Frankie Montas, 1-1 record, 7.03 ERA, 39 hits, 36 strikeouts, 20 walks, and 32 innings pitched. So this guy's just to get them to the bottom of the 7th to get the 1 out to face Buxton. Buxton 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and the pitch. This one into deep left field, but it goes foul. So it's a full count to Buxton. This one, ground ball towards the shortstop, gets past Rosales, and Castro holds. Here comes Joe Mauer to face Montas. And the pitch. And he walked him. The bases are loaded. And here comes the manager to end Montas' night. Responsible for 2 runs out there. And Ryan Dole will come in. Dole, 2-2 record. 5.14 ERA, 37 hits, 45 strikeouts, and 15 walks on 42 innings pitched. He just needs an out here. The pitch. And it's at the ballpark to Miguel Sano. This is bad news. This one, fly ball into left field. Davis trying to chase it down. Bounces over his head. That's a double. Rounding, that's going to score 1 run. Rounding third is Mauer. Mauer will score. And it's an 3-run RBI double for Miguel Sano. Here's Eddie Rosario. 2 for 3 with a double in the run scored early in the game. And the pitch. Range play. Who we testing? Fly ball. Center field. Joyce can't get to it. Rounding third is Sano, who will score. And that's going to do it for Ryan Dole. A hellish inning right here for the Athletics. As Ryan Madsen will come in. Madsen, 5.4 record, 2 saves, 1.83 ERA on 59 innings pitched, 38 hits, 67 strikeouts, and only 7 walks. So they need him to possibly get through here in the 8th. And he walks Dozier. The bullpen for the Athletics do not have it today. As the pitch to Grossman, he wanted the strikeout, but he's not going to get it. It's going to be a ball. 5-2, sorry. And this one, ground ball to Polanco, and that'll finally end it. It's stretch time here in Oakland, 6-0 Minnesota. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Alonzo Davis due up for the homestanding Athletics. Bottom of the 7th. And Santana still going strong. The pitch. This one, ground ball to Sano. Sano fires over to Maurer for out number 1. Here's Chris Davis. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And the pitch. That one will be called a strike, and it's 3-2. Pitch to Davis. This one, ground ball to Sano again. Sano fires to Maurer, and that's a long throw, but an easy throw for the out. Here comes Matt Joyce. Joyce is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Sano, 8 strikeouts in the game so far. This one's going to be a ballpark card check. 3-4. This one, fly ball into left field. Rosario camped out under it, makes the grab. Another perfect inning for Santana. No runs, no hits, no errors. It is 6-0 Minnesota going into the 8th inning. Madsen, they're going to try to see if they can get him through the 8th. We'll see what happens here. The pitch, 3-1. And that one will be called a ball, and it's 31 to Max Kepler, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI. This one, ground ball into Rosales. Rosales to Alonzo, and that's out number 1. Here's Jorge Polanco, 1 for 3. As Madsen delivers. This one, range play. Who we testing? Just hope it's not center fielder because Joyce has been horrible out there tonight. This one, fly ball into right field. Pinder, the more talented of that outfield defensively, but he can't get to it. Rounding first and headed for second is Polanco, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Jorge Polanco. Here comes Jason Castro, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and down goes Castro. Here's Byron Buxton. 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and a run scored. And the pitch. And it's a strike. 2-1 the count to Buxton. This one, fly ball into left field. Davis makes the grab. And we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. And it's Chapman, Pinder, and Healy due up for the Athletics. 6-0 Minnesota. Here's Matt Chapman, 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Irvin Santana about to start inning number 8 of work. The pitch. Range play. Who's it going to be, boys? This one, ground ball hit at Polanco. Polanco can't get it to it as it rolls past him. And Chapman gets the second hit for Oakland here in the 8th. Second hit in the entire game. Irvin Santana has thrown a masterpiece thus far. The pitch. Error check on the throw as Pinder strikes out, actually, because of the special K rating. That's strikeout number 9. Here's Ryan Healy, 0 for 2. 1 down, 1 on here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. And he walked him. And now the first sign of trouble we've seen from Irvin Santana in a while. 7 1/3 innings pitch. He would love to get to 8. And the pitch. Walks Maxwell, and the bases are loaded. One runner down. With a 6-run lead, they're going to give Santana a little bit of room to breathe. And the pitch, 6-3. Called a ball, and it's 3-2. This one, ground ball headed towards Dozier. He can't get to it. 1 run scores. Another run is going to score, and it's Ryan Ely, and it's 6-2. And that's going to do it for Irvin Santana. He's pitched a brilliant game. 7 1/3 innings pitched. 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks and 9 strikeouts. Definitely making a case for Cy Young early in the year. Taylor Rogers is going to be the reliever for the, well, really the setup man for the Twins. 3.07 ERA, 55 2/3 innings pitched, 52 hits, 49 strikeout, and 16 walks. He'll face Jed Lowry. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Runners on first and second with 1 down, and the pitch. And that'll be a strike, so it's 3-2 to Lowry. This one, fly ball into center field. It's down. Buxton can't get to it, and it's going to be Maxwell who scores. And you have a runner on second and third. Here's Yonder Alonso. The pitch. And the bases are loaded as he walks Alonso on a 4-pitch sequence. Here comes Taylor Rogers. Or to face Chris Davis. Go on, Finn. And the pitch. It's going to be a ball, so Chris Davis. Again, 4-2. This one, ground ball to Polanco. Can they turn the double? Hold on 1 second. I got to access my Dice app. So they're not going to go for the double play. So Rosales will score. Lowry and Alonso advance, and they're just going to go for the outs at first to get the second. So it's a 4-run inning for the A's so far, and they trail by 2. That's going to do it for Taylor Rogers. They were hoping they could get him to the get them to the 9th, but it's not going to be the situation. Matt Belisle will come in for the Twins. 2-2 record, 9 saves, 4.03 ERA, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 48 hits, 54 strikeouts, and 16 walks. They only need 1 out from him, and it's Matt Joyce who will be the first man to face. 0 for 3. Can they get him 0 for 4? He has a special K rating too, so keep an eye on him. And they're not going to walk him. So here's where the special K comes in. And he won't get that, so 4-5. This one, fly ball into center field. Buxton makes the grab. And we are going to the 9th inning finally. Ryan Madsen. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Madsen will not be the pitcher for the Athletics. It's 6-4. We got ourselves a game now. Going into the 9th inning. So it'll be interesting to see what the Athletics decide to do. They were not warming up their closer a minute ago as it looked like a lost cause. But then you put 4 runs on the board, and that changes things. Who's it going to be? Josh Smith will come in here in the 9th. Smith, 2-1 record, 4.89 ERA, 35 innings pitched, 25 strikeouts, and 14 walks. He'll face Joe Mauer. He's 0 for 3, but who could forget that home run that Pinder robbed from him? Hey, we got Al Red Sox fan in the house. Hey, Al, if you didn't watch the beginning of the video, so we've tweaked the format. I've been watching the World Cup a little bit, and I've kind of loved the way that they do their group stages to a knockout stage type thing. So what we did was I downloaded an app that literally randomizes all the team. I put all of the AL teams in one group, all of the NL teams in another, and we've done randomly selected groups, and this is match 1 of the first group. The top 2 teams from each group will move on to the knockout round. The first round will be the wild card round, so it's a one-and-done game. And then after that, we'll have the divisional, then the league championship and the World Series, and so on and so forth. This at one time was a 6-0 game in favor of the Twins, and the A's have come back. Maurer was robbed of a home run by Pinder back in the second. Let's see what happens here. Josh Smith getting ready to go, 4-4. And called strike 3. Down goes Joe Maurer, and here comes Miguel Sano. If the Athletics are going to come back and win this one on a walk-off, they need to have a nearly perfect inning from Josh Smith. And the pitch. And that's going to be called a strike, so it's 3-2 count to Sano. This one, ground ball hit at Rosales. Rosales makes the grab, kicks it over to Alonso, and it's 2 outs very quickly. Here's Eddie Rosario, who's 3 for 4 with a double, a run scored, and an RBI. Pitch by Josh Smith. Can he quiet this hot streak by Rosario down? And they just choose to walk him, as they have the 0 for 2 Brian Dozier now up, as Smith will fire. And it's a ball, full count to Dozier. This one, ground ball to Chapman. Chapman picks it up, kicks it over to Alonso. Out number 3, and we're headed to the bottom of the 9th in a 2-run ball game. It's 6-4 Minnesota. Chapman, Pinder, and Healy due up for the home-standing Athletics. Oh, boy. Can Oakland win this one in a walk-off? That would be a shame, considering Irvin Santana threw 6 one-hit innings. So the new pitcher for the Twins, who's it going to be? Ryan Presley. They're going to bring him in there. They're not going to bring in Kinsler, the closer. And then after this game, Al will go back and show you guys the groups. Very interesting how they shook out. Once again, it was randomly selected. And since the AL won the World Series, they will be groups A through C, and then NL will be D through F. Kinsler, Presley, the pitcher for the Twins, to try to shut this one down. 2-3 record, 4.7 ERA, 61 1/3 innings pitched. 52 hits, 61 strikeouts, and 14 walks. He's got to get 3 outs before they get 3 runs. Chapman, Pinder, and Healy will be the man up. Chapman 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run scored. Against right-handed pitchers, he does not the best, so they're actually going to pinch hit him. Stephen Vaught will come in. Vaught last year, 99 appearances, 279 at-bats, 25 hits, 40 RBIs, and 12 home runs, batting .233. And the pitch by Presley. And it's an error check as Vaught. Fly ball into right field. Kepler camped out under it, makes the grab for out number 1. Here's Chad Pinder. Pinder 0 for 3, so they're going to pinch hit him as well. And it'll be Raji Davis coming in for him. Davis. 117 games, 336 appearances, 56 runs, 20 RBIs, and 5 homers on a .235 average. And the pitch by Presley. And he walked him. So the tying run is now at bat in the form of Ryan. It should be Ryan Healy, but they're going to pinch hit him as well as he's over. And it's Boog Powell. Powell. 282 average on 12 RBIs and 3 homers on 117 at-bats. Here comes Ryan Presley to face Powell, the pitch. This one Called strike 3, and now it's down to the final out. And it's Bruce Maxwell, who's 0 for 2. But he hits well. No, he doesn't really hit well against lefties. So they're going to pinch hit him. It'll be Joey Wendell. Tying run at the plate, Joey Wendell. Big home run hitter. He had 13 appearances, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, a 3.08 average. He could do some damage here. The pitch. 4-1. Nothing. It's going to go to the batter's card, 5-5. This one, fly ball into left field. It's down. And Wendell keeps this one going, and it's the winning run at the plate in the form of Adam Rosales. And they're going to stick with him. Batting 500 and the pitch by Presley. And he wanted the walk, but he isn't going to get it. Pitch to Rosales. This one, ground ball to Polanco, and this should do it to Sano. And it is over. Final score here. Oh, hold on one second. Saving game statistics. Let's view the stats. So final score here, 6-4. Minnesota, the Athletics had a valiant attempt at a comeback. Who's your player of the game? Well, I think it's got to be Ervin Santana. 7 1/3 innings pitched. Only 3 hits allowed. But they went and scored 4 with 9 strikeouts. Ervin Santana, your player of the game. So let's go ahead and for Al Red Sox fan out there, let's show you guys the groups one more time. Also, let's make it official. So, Minnesota Twins, Oakland Athletics. Twins win 6-4, and the reigning champions open up their defense campaign with a win. So, let's go here. Standing. So, in Group A, we have the Minnesota Twins, the top of it right now. Tampa Bay Rays, the Houston Astros, the New York Yankees, and the Oakland Athletics. I think that it'll probably be the Astros and the Yankees advancing out of this group. In Group Al, if you want to pop on there, who you think it'll be in Group A, I'll give you a second. Remember, the top 2 advance. Once again, that's the Twins, the Rays, the Astros, the Yankees, and the Athletics. The Athletics already have lost their first game. Since there's 5 in it, each team will play 4. So the Athletics can do no better than 3-1 if they go perfect throughout, but I suspect they will lose to both Houston and New York. I think that was pretty much a must-win game for Oakland. Minnesota opens up 1-0. Now we go to Group B. We have the Los Angeles Angels, the Chicago White Sox, the Baltimore Orioles, the Kansas City Royals, and, of course, our Red Sox team, the Boston Red Sox. I think the Red Sox will win that group handily, and I'm going to say the Royals are second getting out of that. That may come down to some tiebreakers. The tiebreaker that we have is going to be head-to-head tiebreaker. So how many wins do you have over the team you're tied with? In Group C, we have the Cleveland Indians, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Detroit Tigers, the Seattle Mariners, and the Texas Rangers. I think we're going to see the Toronto Blue Jays and... No, not the Toronto Blue Jays. Sorry, the Cleveland Indians and the Texas Rangers come out of that one. So that's the AL. Once again, the top 2 advance. They play 4 games. Checking in on the chat room. Oh! Our Red Sox fan thinks it'll be Yankees and Rays out of Group A. Okay. Group B, remember, we have the Indians, Blue Jays, Tigers, Mariners, Rangers. I think it'll be Indians, Rangers. You may have a better feel on that than I do. And then for Group D, Group B, is the Angels, White Sox, Orioles, Royals, Red Sox. Red Sox will win that group, I feel. And I think the Royals will be number 2. Our Red Sox fan says Red Sox and Angels. Okay, and then in Group C, Indians, Blue Jays, Tigers, Mariners, and Rangers. I think it'll be Indians, Rangers. So, yep, Indians, Rangers is what Red Sox fan says as well. So into the NL. This is the death group. Group D, you have the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies, who are fodder for 3 playoff teams in 2017. The Arizona Diamondbacks, the Chicago Cubs, and the Washington Nationals. I think the Cubs will win the group. And I think Arizona may have too much firepower for Washington with J.D. Hernandez. I think it'll be Chicago 1, Arizona 2 out of Group D. But this is the toughest group to pick, in my opinion. So we'll see what Al Red Sox fan thinks of that first NL group. In Group E, or actually we'll do a quick reminder. D is Reds, Diamondbacks, Cubs, Nationals, Phillies. I think it'll be Cubs, Diamondbacks. In Group E, we have the Colorado Rockies, the Atlanta Braves, the Milwaukee Brewers, the San Francisco Giants, and the St. Louis Cardinals. For Group D, Red Sox fan agrees with me and says it'll be Cubs in Arizona as well. For Group E, I'm going to pick Colorado and St. Louis. So, Colorado and St. Louis is my pick. So, we'll see what Al Red Sox fans decides. As you can see, it's Rockies, Braves, Brewers, Giants, Cardinals. While he's making his decision, I'll go ahead and read you. Group F, Padres, Pirates, Mets, Dodgers, and Marlins. No contest on who will win Group F. Al Red Sox fan, as I believe Group F will be won by the Dodgers pretty handily. It would not surprise me if they go 4-0. And the way that these groups are set up, I think the Dodgers will be number 1 in the NL. And in the AL, it'll come to a tiebreaker, so it may come down to run differential between the Indians and the Red Sox. I think the Dodgers will win F, and I think the Pirates will take second. So, yeah, our Red Sox fan agrees with me in Group E. He thinks it'll be Cards, Rockies. And we have a difference in opinion in Group F, Dodgers and Mets. So, that's how that's going to go. I think this will be a fun way to do my stuff from here on out. And then next time, before we start our football season, we're going to do the draw live on a video so you guys can experience the excitement of that. So, through one game in Group A, the Twins win it 6-4. And they are now atop the group standings. Our next game will feature the Houston Astros taking on the New York Yankees. That's going to be an exciting one and could very well determine who wins this one. So, from all of us here at EOSN, thank you guys so much. We will see you guys when the ball flies at Yankee Stadium. Thank you to Al Red Sox fan for tuning in. And be sure to check his channel out. He does a lot of things like this as well. So, that is Al Red Sox fan. Capital A-L Red Sox, capital R, all one word, and then fan, all one word as well. Red Sox fan, all one word. Capital R for Red Sox and F for fan. So check him out. He does a great job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.